How we doing? You guys hear me in the back? Is that all right? What's that? Yeah. Thank you. Drew Deckman, Dave, Ramses, all the chefs back there, they took care of it. We had some good weather today. I guess it's supposed to be fairly good the rest of the weekend, right? That's decent. Welcome to the 2023 King of the Hammers, and specifically the SRT King of the Motos. Thanks for coming back. My part here is going to be really quick because Justin has made this by far the easiest year ever. It's absolutely been a pleasure. Justin Weber, come on up here. I'll give this to you in 1 second. I'm going to say things to make you feel all weird and stuff. So we all know that we're and thankful for the Jimmy Lewis bringing King of the Motos and getting us started here. But Justin's passion and his care for literally every single detail that you guys are going to experience this weekend, everything that happens good is because of him. If it's something screwed up, we probably did it. But he, like every single detail, he wants to make sure it's spot on, from the course to the schedule, the details, anything going out. He's helped us up our game. So round of applause for this guy here and his wife, Legacy. That's sufficiently make you feel weird? So that's sufficient? Okay. I don't really have much more. You guys are going to have, you guys part of the AMA series. Thank you very much. I just met Matt, and good luck on your whole series, everybody racing the series. I'm a huge fan of what you do. Can't wait to see you go out and do it. Be careful, have fun, but go be badasses that you all are. And thank you very much for coming.
All right, you don't quite get off that easy, Dave. He might be off the stage, but none of us would be here in this room. The lake bed wouldn't be full of tents and trailers and fence and every square mile accounted for without Dave. So if you're happy to be here racing, give it up for Dave Cole. Thank you. All right, this year I've got notes because we all know how it goes when I don't have notes. So I gotta say thank you to Dave and all of the King of the Hammers team. There's a lot that goes into building this event, and none of it would happen without every single one of them here helping us. So I don't know how many of them are in the room. I see some of them standing over here. I'd go through the list of names, but then I'd butcher it. We've got most of them standing over here too. So just give a quick round of applause for everybody behind the scenes, King of the Hammers, making this happen. All right, next we move on to Craig. Craig Thompson, you gotta stand up. I know you just put a bite of food in your mouth, but I gotta give it up to Craig. Look at this, SRT, our title sponsor. Thank you, Craig. Everybody at SRT, we appreciate you guys. Next, I wanna bring up Matt. He's, we're part of the series because of Matt and the work that he does all year round. He's gonna give you a little info about what's going down here, what's going on for the rest of the year. So just give him a minute of your time.
All right, thank you very much for all being here. I'm actually blown away of how many racers there are. I've been to this a few times, and 169 riders we got right now. So you got a lot of new faces, and it's really exciting. This is not an easy race for somebody to start. There's some people I was asking at registration if they've ever done a hard enduro, and this is their first one. So, with the GPS and some other stuff, it's not an easy first race. So thank you all for being here. Justin, he's been years under his belt with this event, and so big round of applause for Justin. He spends more time out here than most, and so we're on the phone a lot, and he's been covering every single detail needed for this to kick off well, and of course Dave Cole just making this all possible as well. So this is the opening round of the It is the IRC U.S. Hard Enduro Series presented by Climb and the AMA West Hard Enduro Series presented by Beta. So there's going to be a regional AMA regional round this weekend and a non-AMA Premier Championship round this weekend. And so we're excited to have these West Coast racers out here. We have some guys from the East Coast that drove out here or flew out here, and we have even people from other countries coming out. We will have our media team out as well. Skypixel, Max, and Evan Ask will be out there on course. So if you guys are out there and you see these guys, they're going to be in vests, and they're going to be, you know, kind of, if you've been to a U.S. Hard Enduro race, they're kind of in the shot. They're out of the way, but they're going to be close. So just within a safe distance, obviously, and a legal distance, they're going to be out there capturing the action. Another thing is Josh Shecker. Big round of applause for course director Josh Shecker. He was out here twice before this whole week, and so, you know, without him, I wouldn't be doing this. So big shout out to Josh. In addition, I'd like to talk about Hawaii is our next round. We're racing on the North Shore of Oahu for the AMA West Regional race. And so we've been planning to have some of our top championship finishers from last season, try to get them over through a container. And so I've been having discussions with certain riders that have finished, you know, did pretty well last year. Currently, our container's leaving in like 2.5 weeks to Hawaii. We have some spots open, a limited amount, like a handful. So if you're seriously open, considering going, come see me tonight or this weekend at some point so we can try to get you on that container. The bike will be gone for 5 weeks. There is a fee to it, and we're going to try our best to get it to Page, Arizona before the Grinding Stone. So we do have a few spots open if you guys are seriously considering going to the Hawaii race. We have a drop round on this West Regional, so it's not required. But there's even a few guys from Hawaii here that are racing, so that's awesome. And but those guys don't get the chance to race here often. So we want to make sure that we put on an AMA regional race in their backyard to give them that experience. I think beyond that, you guys all have fun this weekend. If you have any questions, come see myself or Josh, Justin. I'll be around probably the start areas, and thank you all for being here. We're excited for a great season. So.
All right, I'm going to try to make this clean, quick, and get through the format. I'm sure there's a bunch of questions out there. We'll open up for questions right at the end. So starting off tomorrow morning, I'm going to line you guys up. It says tech on the schedule. That's just to make sure everybody shows up at the lineup on time. 7 a.m., right next to the stage is gate 6. We're going to start lining you guys up. It's going to become first come, first serve, okay? And the classes, it's within the classes, though. We're going to start with the pro class. We're going to do the A class, 40-plus expert, pro women, B, 45-plus amateur, C, amateur women, and then youth. You guys are going to take off from the line starting at 8 a.m., one rider every 30 seconds. It's a 2-mile course. You guys all saw the markings here in town. It's pretty close. You can see it from Hammertown for those asking to spectate. The finish of that will set the start of the afternoon Saturday race. Let's see, stay on my notes here. Saturday afternoon start is just around the backside of this mountain. Does everybody have a map or seen a map so they know where they're going for the second start? You're going to go out gate 4. You guys all drove in gate 5 to camp. You're going to go out gate 4, which is past the pro line, all the way out. You're going to go around the backside of this mountain. You'll see it. We're going to start marking that about 11 o'clock, and you can start lining up at 12. And you're lining up in the way that you finished the morning race. So we got check off times, check closing times for the Saturday race. Checkpoint 1 is going to close at 3. Checkpoint 2 is going to close at 3. Checkpoint 3 is going to close at 3:30. Now's a good time to go over what I mean by checkpoint closing. So you're out racing, you come to the checkpoint at 2:59. You can keep going. But if you don't make it to the next checkpoint by the hard close of 4 p.m., you only get scored to the last checkpoint you came to within time. Does that make sense? Everybody's shaking their head yes, no, no's? Okay. Now, if you come through and you come to that checkpoint at 3 o'clock, that's where you're scored to. They won't let you go past. No amount of begging, prying, bartering is going to let you go past that. And it's for safety reasons, okay? If you go past there at 3, you're not going to get to the next checkpoint by 4, and now I've got a sweep rider coming to try to find you and get you off the mountain safely before dark. That's why those are in place. So that's Saturday. Saturday finish positions set you up for the start of Sunday morning. Sunday morning is across the valley at Chocolate Thunder. We're going to start lining up there about 8 a.m., and then at 9 a.m. we go green flag. Both Saturday afternoon and Sunday, I'm trying to do waves of about 40 riders. I'm set on 30 for sure, and I'm going to keep going until there's no more room. Now Sunday, over on Chocolate Thunder, the start, we're going to go up Chocolate Thunder. The finish will be coming down Idle Issues. Finish line will be right at the bottom of Idle Issues. You make a right in the rocks. It'll be marked well. You won't miss it. Closing time for checkpoints on Sunday. So, checkpoint 3, if everybody looked at the map, you go through checkpoint 3 twice. Once on lap 1, once on lap 2. Lap 1 for checkpoint 3 is going to close at 2 p.m. And checkpoint 4 on lap 2 closes at 2 p.m. 2:30 p.m. we close checkpoint 1, 2, and 3. 3 p.m. we're course closed. Everybody understand the times? Do I need to say it again? Anybody? One more time. All right. 2 p.m. So race starts at 9. You have until 2 p.m. to get to checkpoint 3 on your first lap. Okay? Or checkpoint 4 on your second lap. 2:30 p.m., all the rest of the checks close. I'll just make it simple, okay? 2:30 p.m., all checks are closed. I'm going to tell you we're closing checkpoint 4 at 2 p.m. with an hour left in the race because it took me 3 hours to get from checkpoint 4 to the finish. And I figure if you haven't made it to checkpoint 4 in 5 hours, it's probably going to be undoable in an hour to get to the finish. Everybody good now? Makes sense? All right. Sunday morning, you're going to bring your gas can over to Chocolate Thunder. I've got a gas crew sitting right at that table there. They're going to have tarps set up to you just to the right of the start, so you can put your gas can on a tarp. Fueling happens on a tarp on BLM lands. You'll come through lap 1. The gas stop will be very visible. I suggest you stop and get gas before you go out on lap 2. Take the minute, get your fuel, change your laps on your GPS, and go again. All right, I'll go over mileages right now. It's one thing I didn't have on my list. Prologue is 2 miles. Afternoon race 1, 12 miles. Lap 1 Sunday, 12 miles. Lap 2 Sunday, 13.5. Now, before we get into the yellow brick safety part of it, who has questions about course, check times, anything like that? Okay. Okay. So, I'm not riding at my prime right now. Not saying that that's some great thing, but lap 1 took me 3 hours. Okay. And lap 2, if I would have done it consecutively, would have taken me another 3.5, maybe 4 hours. Okay. So I'm guessing the pros are going to come through 2 to 2.5 hours, and then the classes trickle down from there. And I'm going to say this, making lap 1 as an amateur is going to be a feat. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. But feel proud that you made a lap. There's some new trails. It's awesome. On Saturday, we're utilizing a lot of older stuff that we haven't used in a few years. So it's rain rutted. The rocks have tumbled back in, so it's kind of like fresh single track. Sunday, we've definitely incorporated some new tracks. Walter, myself, Braden, wherever he's at in here, we've been out stomping down tracks, riding this stuff. It's all been ridden, and all of lap 1 has been ridden by a BC rider. Any other questions? That's a really good question. Prologue is marked extra because it's so close to town, and I don't want the focus on just staring at your GPS the whole time. I want you guys to go have fun, enjoy the hard enduro prologue. It's a hard prologue. Race 2, marked in sparingly areas. You know, it's still more than just a straight GPS race would be marked. Sunday is marked less. Lap 2 is marked even less. So we get progressively harder in skill level, and we get progressively harder in GPS skill. Answer your question?
On Sunday, does everybody race regardless of finish on Saturday?
Yes. Everybody will make it to checkpoint 1 on Saturday. And it's not a disqualifier if you don't. My whole philosophy is you guys paid to be here. You're going to ride as much as you can, physically, not my rule. Yeah. Now, I know the pros are all rolling their eyes at me right now. And so I've tried to make it harder for them as well to where they can ride to their liking as well. So any other questions? Yeah. It will be posted on all of King of the Motos, and US Hard Enduro will have a link to the Moto Tally site. So it's Moto Tally doing the scoring here will resemble the rounds from last year. After the finish, they'll go right up. That's just not going to happen racer by racer by racer. Okay? Working on that for next year. Always onwards and upwards. 4 minutes for a pro. Slowest guy, 20 minutes. Yep. And so on the prologue, there's anywhere there could be a bottleneck, we put in at least 2 to 3 lines. So there will definitely be visible lines on the ground you can follow to get around. And if it gets super bottlenecked, we'll have people there to alleviate the issue. So, any questions? Yeah, it's 25 feet either side of the GPS marked track. Along those lines, it came to my knowledge today that the way I marked the GPS track for the prologue leaves an easy way for you to go straight, skip 2 turns, and gain some time. We made an executive decision here to mark with red arrows the straight line. It's right here towards the finish. I've seen it. To me, as an A rider, it's not going to take me that much longer to make the 2 turns than it is for me to bomb through the rocks straight. We marked it with arrows. If you so choose, bomb through the rocks straight. I'm not gonna make that a penalty because it was brought to my knowledge beforehand, and we marked it. It's double arrowed. There's no way to not see the straight line now. And there's a danger. Yeah. It goes from very quick sand to rocky downhill. Rolly, marbly, Johnson Valley, rocky downhill. Questions on course? What's the 30 minutes? We're going off the U.S. hard enduro rules this year as being their opening round of the series, so it's posted on the AMA website, but I'll definitely brush up on that tonight, so I'm sure. Questions? Yep. It's overall. So we could have a C guy that goes out there and is in the first row of the next race. "30 seconds. Every 30 seconds, we're sending a rider off the start. It's really cool. They built a really awesome truck short course here. We're going to utilize almost all of it. Talladega banking turns, wide open. It'll be fun. That's the only wide open spot on the whole weekend of racing, though. Promise. 25 feet. Either side. Yep. Last chance. Go ahead. Yeah, that's a good question. I usually answer that. I'm sorry. So when I set the question was, what do you set your GPS at? For me, when I use a Trail Tech, I do 250 feet out, toggle over to 1,000. When I'm making course or when I'm checking course, I do it at 250 feet out. And so then when I have my Garmin on there, I set it at 300 or 200, depending on what I need. So that's my span, about 250 to 1,000. Last chance, going once, going twice. Matt has a couple things to add right quick.
All right, so for our youth lights riders, new AMA rule, you got to wear a back and chest protector or some kind of protection for youth lights riders. I think there's 4 or 5 in that class, so that's mandatory. Also, mandatory AMA rule, no helmet cams if you're racing. So you're not allowed to have any helmet, camera, or light, no lights at this race, but nothing attached to your helmet, even underneath the visor, nothing on your chin guard if you're racing. So we will have you take them off at the line. Please put them on your chest, on your bars, or something like that. I also wanted to touch on our scoring and registration crew flew all the way from Pennsylvania for this race today. So big shout out to Mike and Mike Sudis. They also put on the shotgun hard enduro in Pennsylvania, which will be on Memorial Day. But we are very thankful to have their support. They've been working very hard these past few months just getting this all set up. It doesn't happen overnight. They've been putting countless hours into transferring the databases and getting everyone squared away. So I thank them a lot. And couldn't be doing any of this without their help because they have a lot of experience in racing as well. But a few things touching on scoring. If you are at a checkpoint, this is in the supplemental rules, which you can find on our website. They're pretty much the same as last year. We added a couple things. If you are at a checkpoint, you must come to a complete stop. There will be several timed checkpoints out there with the guns, just like last season, and you must come to a complete stop and be released by the check worker. So obviously the prologue won't have that, but the other races, you need to come to a complete stop when you get to that flag, and then you carry forward. We're gonna try to funnel you guys into smaller flags in between like a narrower area so you can not pass each other or cut in front of each other. No funny business in the checkpoint, please, because then you're endangering our workers. Another thing is if there's any questions regarding scoring, registration, class changes, whatever, please come see them tonight or during the race, come see myself. We do not want helmets. You guys have transponders. If you go near their tent sometimes, it could set off and get some funky stuff happening. So please come see myself if you want to go talk to them. If I'm not around, Josh or Justin, we will then delegate with the scoring crew. But we need to leave them kind of focused on what's going on because there's going to be a lot of moving parts and we don't need people coming up to them asking where they got in their place. So please just be patient with them. The scoring will be really good live. The Yellow Brick app will be working as well, so that will be tracking. I'm going to send out a mass email blast and we're going to post it on our social medias. This entire race weekend will be on live, YouTube for free. So all of your family and friends back home, you got to thank the King of the Hammers crew, Hammer King, for getting that going. But this entire race weekend is gonna be live for free. And then if you want to upgrade, have less commercial coverage, and then you could flip on the FPV drone and all that stuff. You could pay $25 on YouTube and to get even an upgraded experience for that live experience. So the timing will be on there. The footage will be on there. If you want to see the scoring crew, come see us, please, first. Josh Shecker has a couple words. He's been on the course quite a bit, so I'm going to hand it off to him.
Thanks, Matt. Hi, guys. First of all, I just want to thank all of you for coming. I've been to King of the Motos since probably 2016 for me, and I welded one of those trophies years on there when Colton won it. I was his mechanic. So this is the most people I've ever seen here racing this event. Am I right? Most entries for King of the Motos? 169 entries this year. How many? 170. One more. Thanks, Legacy. And I want to thank Justin. He's been working on this since last time it happened, I think. And I've been out here for the last month riding with him on his off days, and he goes to work after we get done riding, and then I drive back to San Diego. So, yeah, mainly just want to say thanks to all you guys coming. It's super exciting to see all you here. It makes all the off-season work that all of us over there do worth it to see all you guys show up. I was stoked when everybody started rolling into the lake, bud, and I've been camping here by myself. So, thanks, guys.
All right, couple quick last-minute notes. One is we're not going to register and scan anybody else into Moto Tally after 6:30 a.m. It needs to happen tonight. Tomorrow morning is really not a possibility. Does anybody out there know? We have 20 riders that paid that aren't here yet. Does anybody know of anybody out there that's not here yet? Are they coming? Does anybody know of someone that's driving all night to get here that I may not be aware of? Okay. What was the other? Copy that. Okay, so I've got a note at the front gate, and anybody that gets to the front gate after this meeting has to be at the stage at 6:30. If someone comes into camp late, you guys are up, see them in the morning, something, meet me at the big stage at 6:30. We'll get them taken care of. 7 o'clock, no more. We've got to get the yellow brick tracker on them. We've got to get them registered with Moto Tally for them to be able to race. The other thing, right quick, I want to thank Hammer King for dinner tonight. They put on the schedule. I'm going to have Yellow Brick come up and talk about it here in just a minute. Tomorrow night, we're not broadcasting on social media. We're not announcing it, but everybody in this room, we're going to have Supercross playing on the Jumbotron by the fire pit. I guess saying that live, I did kind of just broadcast. Oh, well, hey, show up to whatever's on TV. You guys will like it. All right. I think right now is a good time to bring up Yellow Brick and get a quick safety demonstration. He's going to kind of go over why you guys all have them in your packs.
Thank you, sir. Firstly, just like to say it's fantastic to be back here at King of the Motos. We've been away for a few years due to a little thing that happened, but we're back in force again, and it's just fantastic to see you all here. You'll be using, as you see, the Yellow Brick, we actually call YB, but everybody knows this is Yellow Brick, the YB3. There's a couple of things. It's a satellite tracker. It needs to have a good view of the sky. The best place you can put these is in the top of your backpack, rucksack. That's the ideal position. It needs to be pointing straight up or on its side like that. If it can't see the sky, we can't see you. If you put it in a backpack and put a water bottle on top of it or something, it won't transmit. So we really need to make sure that it's there in your backpack. If you have any problems with that and you want to think of another place to put it, after this meeting, we'll be over here. Alex and myself will be over here. Come and see us if you've got any questions about where to put it, but it's very, very important. The other thing is, if you are out on the course and you have an incident, and this is a medical incident, this is not my chain's broken, I want someone to come and help me. It is definitely a medical incident. What you need to do is take the yellow brick out of your backpack, out of the pouch, tear open the cover, open the little plastic at the bottom, and hold the red button for 5 seconds. When you hold it, you will see it starting to count down. It will get down to 0, and then a signal will be immediately sent to Justin and the team, and they will know exactly where you are and come and get you. As I said, it is just for medical emergencies only. If you do come across a rider and you need to set this off, set their one off, don't set your one off. In the heat of action, sometimes you tend to set your own off and ride off, and we can see you disappearing. The other important thing is, of course, if you do have an incident and no one can find you, we need to see this thing. So definitely make sure it is in the top of your rucksack. The other thing is, as it was mentioned by Matt, I think, if you download the YB Races app off any app store, you can follow your riders out there. If you've got family at home, get them to download it, look for King of the Motos, and they will be able to follow you out on the course live throughout the entire event. YB Races. You'll find it in an app store. You start putting YB in, and there's 2 comes up. There's YB Races and YB Connect. Don't use the Connect, use the YB Races. The YB3 is ready to go. You would have been handed with it on. We will be checking in the morning off our sheet. If we see that you don't show up on our system, we will come and find you on the start line and either check your tracker, make sure it's switched on. If it has got a problem, we'll just swap it out really, really quickly. So that's about all you need to know about the YB3. If you press the OK button in the middle, which this one won't because it's not on, the lights will come on. If it's got not active on the top of it, it means it's not on. We will generally pick that up. If you've got a problem with it, we'll be walking around on the start line with our high vis on with YB tracking on the back. You'll find us pretty easy. So if you've got any problems, come and see us. Yeah, so they all should be on, but every now and then if someone takes it back to their tent and starts playing with it, you can actually turn it off. So yeah, just leave them as they are in their pouches, and it'll be absolutely fine. As I said, Alex and I will be over by the table if you've got any other questions about it. Want to know if you're having trouble with the app, let us know and we can sort that out for you. But other than that, everybody have fun and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to have Cowboy Max Gerson come up here right quick and tell you guys about an exciting new docuseries that's coming out. Here he is.
Thank you. First off, thanks for coming out, everybody. This is going to be awesome. We rode the course today. It's really fun. It's dope. It's rocky. It's gnarly. It's cool. Also, Sky Pixel Media, I'm working with them. We're releasing a 6-part docuseries on the series with all the premiere rounds. So if you haven't already, head over to the US Hard Enduro Series YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you like it, subscribe. That's all I got. Thank you, guys. Also, there's a course preview on my YouTube. So watch for those also. Keep it on 2 wheels. Have fun.
All right. One last thing, 5 o'clock Friday night at the big stage, we're going to have an awards ceremony. We're going to be handing out these awesome trophies. Sunday night? Did I say Saturday? Oh, well. Friday night. Oh, jeez. Right now, who wants it? No. All right. Sunday night, 5 p.m. at the big stage. We're going to do a quick awards ceremony. It'll also be all live. We get to see someone pick this up. That's the most impressive thing. Those names that are on there have, so it's pretty good. Right quick, a little last bit of bookkeeping. We just had Yellow Brick come on up. Some of you guys not sure where it came into play, but I have a list of names. I need you guys that I call out to walk on over to Lujan. She's got her hand up in the air, and get your tracker paid up. So we got a bunch of names. I'm going to run through them. If you have questions, go to her and ask about it afterwards, okay? Justin Hofarth. And I just realized I'm about to butcher a lot of names. Tycho Isaacson, David Peplow, Maxwell Schwartz, Samantha Soames, Cody Webb, William Zingler, Bryce Barsnick, Cameron Carlson, Isaiah Esquire, James Flynn, Doug Gary, Matt Guard. No, man. Is there more than one person in here with initials GG? Guilherme? Yeah, I know I butchered it. Guimares is the last name. I butchered that too. Okay. Dimitri, and he said his last name earlier. Dimitri, are you in here? All right, run over there. Colton Haker, Danny Lewis, Gage Logan Key, Rodrigo Lopez, Jacob Stone, Zachary and Keith Sweeten, Trevor Thomas, and Brandon Wakefield. Run over to Lujan. All right, right quick, before everybody leaves, hold on. Has everybody got through Moto Tally and got the stickers on the left side of your helmet? Raise your hand if you haven't. If you have not, you need to come over and get registered up. We will not be doing it in the morning, and you will not be racing if you do not do it tonight. I believe that's all I got. Volunteers, I'll meet you up here on the stage. We'll go over some last minute things. Craig's got some swag he's going to toss out to you guys. Have fun. Be safe. We'll see you in the morning.
All right, these are the names that are not checked into Moto Tally. Nicholas Clark, Zachary Castilla,